Hi everybody, I thought it'd be a good time to catch up with a big update on all the things I've been up to and all the things I'm about to do. So if you live in the northwest of England, the first thing I need to tell you is on Sunday I will be live on BBC television, certainly BBC Northwest, and that's 10 o'clock this Sunday, BBC One, 10 till 10:30, and that's the Politics Northwest show. So I've been booked to do that, and I'll tell you a bit more about that later, but I just wanted to get that in. If you're in the northwest, watch us on Sunday 10 o'clock on BBC One, and yeah, you certainly let me know how I get on that. But I'll explain more about that later. So, loads of things to tell you. A week ago, did full council, and that went really well. I'm not sure if you had a chance to watch it, but it's quite a fiery meeting. They often are. It was 4 hours long, so it was quite tiring. As you can imagine, when because I'm a leader of a group, I'm looking after the group, I'm checking how they're getting on, and that's managed well. I'm also leading on certain question points as well, and we also had a motion about fracking in there. Roughly what happened in that? So obviously, first questions I went up against the leader of the council. Questions around the finances. I'm struggling to get hold of information at the moment, which worries me. And then the other area that I highlighted with my concern about Blackpool illuminations becoming more of an art event than a fun event. And that's really significant because they're just losing their sparkle, their magic, that thing that appeals to our inner 5-year-olds. So a big push on that. Said it's not good enough. We need to stop relying on Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen and look at the archive. Actually ask the people, residents, visitors, what do you want? And for me, on those streets scenes, the where you've got the lights on the streets, we need um, things that move rather than just um, like static boxes with light bulbs in them with animals and dogs. Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen's got pictures of his own dogs with suits on. It's all dresses. It's weird. It makes no sense. It's not something that people of Blackpool or visitors have ever told me they want. They want moving things. They want the best of the past with the new technology. So I called that out, and that's triggered a series of articles. I put one in um, um, on the link below. I've also done an interview with BBC Northwest tonight about that as well. So I did that about 7 o'clock, 7:15. So I think that's going to go out on television next week sometime in the news. It really is just to highlight. It's not to criticise Blackpool. It's to highlight that Blackpool deserves better, and there is a material impact on this, and that is less people will come here if they're not very good. And we need the best illuminations we can have, doing all the things that we need. People then come, they then spend money, they stay overnight. That does wonders for our economy. And I always highlight this is not an attack on the team and the illuminations, it's an attack on the strategy that's put art before fun. And I want to make it more P.T. Barnum. High energy, lots of show, lots of movement on those street lights, and yeah, really make it special. And it's just not happening at the moment. So I raised that, and then obviously the big thing I did was I called for the leader of the council to resign. I highlighted just 10 of her most recent achievements over the 2 years since the last local elections, and it's been one failure after another. For everything from voting against children's inquiry, the voting against the winter fuel allowance cuts, in terms of the plan to challenge that, she voted against that. She's led some life expectancy declining in Blackpool, drug deaths up. There's a whole list of these things. Finances down to 78,000 at one point in reserves. Just a whole calamity. And then the most recent one was that adult social services report from the CQC, which gave them inadequate. It's just like, how bad does this have to get? And I've highlighted this before. So I called for that to happen. Basically, the return on that was that throughout the meeting, she tried to call me a misogynist because I was challenging her. And I was like, no, I am not a misogynist. I am just calling out poor leadership. Your gender is not a discussion point here. Who cares if you're male, female? Nobody's bothered. what we are bothered about is performance. So I don't care if they call me whatever. What I do care about is Blackpool. So I'll always call that out, that sort of approach. And it's typical, isn't it? Rather than attack the argument or the ball, they attack the player. So I was having none of that, and really went to town on it. Really tried to highlight what's been going on, and obviously that takes us to the next item, which was the adult services. Obviously, I highlighted that as a group we will support for the good of Blackpool the improvement board that's been set up to try and fix it. But I did highlight a number of things, and that is very simple. How do we trust the people who've caused this to be the same people who are going to give us the solution? So we will scrutinise, and I did highlight that this failure has cost us a lot of money. This is the first failed report, the first inadequate that's been issued in England. So it's not insignificant, it's massive. It's going to cost Blackpool and taxpayers of Blackpool a lot of money to fix yet again. So then the next item was challenged the portfolio holder for economic growth. I've heard rumours, for example, about the Holiday Inn doesn't pay any rent. And I've also heard rumours that Sands Venue, that unfinished hotel, that big black elephant, rather than white elephant, it's a black elephant, never been finished, issued with a huge loan, millions and millions of pounds to build it. The rumours are that they'll only pay that money back on on the opening of that hotel. So at the moment, who's paying that loan off? I asked that question. Is it true if those rumours are correct? I didn't get a straight answer, which is very telling. So I'm going to keep pushing that. The other area I highlighted was the hotel, the Allendine, which is I think next to Carlton. I believe it's Carlton, opposite Central Library. And how can we go after people who own properties and don't look after them and keep them empty when Blackpool Council owns it? And lo and behold, 3 days later, it burns down, or the one next door to it does, I should say. And that really proved a point. All that cost, all that damage to the reputation, it should never have got to this point. It's why the council not targeted it, compulsory purchased it. I also highlighted Henry Street. We compulsory purchased that area, or half of it, just so we can build the East Stand. The East Stand isn't being built, but those people have lost their homes. Just not good enough. So highlighted all of those things, and it was very, very telling. Didn't get any great answers whatsoever. And then the final big area on those reports was on children's services. So what did I do? I said that the future inquiry request must include 25 years, and all those victims their voices must be heard in this. And I didn't get a particularly convincing answer. So we're going to keep pushing for that. We must go back right to the year 2000, and all those victims' voices must be heard. We've got to do that. We cannot fudge this. So we're going to keep pushing that. You know how strongly I feel on that subject, on child sexual exploitation in Blackpool. And then the final bit of full council, so bear in mind it's a really long meeting, was about fracking. So I put a motion forward, and a motion is where you ask the council to approve or vote against an issue of the day. So big rumours, as you know, in a earlier video about reform and their views on fracking from Richard Tice and Nigel Farage. So I put a motion forward saying Blackpool Council will condemn fracking and doesn't support it, and also write to the Energy Secretary to push that the land on Espresson Road area across would be made into or converted back into agricultural use and put it to bed. So I had this debate. Now this is really interesting. The Reform councillors both abstained, but at the point of the vote, the Reform leader gets up and walks out and doesn't even vote. And there's a picture and you see it in the video. There's a link, I'll put that in below. I'm like calling you out, saying, where are you going? You've got to vote. We want to know why you're voting this way and where you're going. And I just said it was chaos. And then the other Reform councillor said, well, I'm going to abstain because I generally don't know much about it. I was like, what? I said, yes, you go and educate yourself and then you would know. So So I really called that out, and that was picked up in the press. I put a link in on that, and that was really important because it's highlighting that reform will not stop fracking if it comes if they gain national control. They will bring fracking to Blackpool and the Fylde Coast and Lancashire. They proved that on last Wednesday. So that was full council, really big debate. Took a lot out of me, so I was pretty tired afterwards. And that's why I sort of didn't do a video for a few days. I was generally pretty tired after that. So then what else have we done? Obviously Tram Town, massive success there, straight in onto that. David, massive achievement, really good work. First one we've done. James, the guys, all of them, Tony, John, Carol, Gary, apologies if I've missed anyone, Neil, everybody did an incredible job on the night, and Stuart as well. Really proud of them all. I just know I've forgotten something else, so apologies if I have. It's not deliberate. And thank you to everybody that came. It was really positive, big night out. Everybody enjoyed it, and David was a great success, and everyone left safely as well. So please, we can do nighttime events. So we're going to do more of them. First one will be Halloween. So I'm now busy putting that together because we need to do well on that. So I'm going to have a chat with David to see how we want to market that. And so over the next week, you'll see something come up. Guys are doing really well on all fronts. The visitor numbers are great. The team just amazing. I'm so proud of them. We're putting loads of structures in, but we have got an incredible team. The public is supporting it, and I'm just so pleased with the progress we're making. We're really making some good headway now. And I promise at the end of the year I will do a video on where all that money's going, how we're managing it, where the money's gone previously as well. So that's the next thing in there. So, and again, thank you for all your positive comments. I know you enjoy the Tramtown video, so I'll keep those coming. That's really important, the journey that we're undertaking there. So I've got a couple of park updates for you as well. So East Pines Park, team are busy beavering away on that. Biggest thing coming up are the Christmas lights. Massive event planned for that. I've got Walk on the Wild Side coming, as you know. Friday, it's the last Friday of November. It's 4 o'clock. East Pines Park. If you get off at Ankersome Lane tram stop, walk down Luton Road. It's just on your right hand side. It's not that far from the tram stop. Got loads of things planned, and we're going to add Christmas trees into the back of the library garden and have them all lit up as well. So I've tasked Anita, my wall partner, to get on with that. She's going to make that happen. We want it to be the most spectacular light event in Blackpool. And in light of what I said earlier as well, I think we need to. So that's going to be a great event, and I'm really looking forward to that. Ankersome Park, quick update there. Haven't told the guys yet, but I'm still beavering away on the renewable energy. So I hopefully should have some news on that in the next couple of weeks. And what's that going to look like? It'll look like huge wind turbine coming in, channeled electricity being generated. That'll feed into the cafe plus solar panels, and also hopefully take a little bit of that and put that into the into the water feature. So determined to get that. So that work is now underway. I've got a couple of meetings coming up about that just to finalise what all that looks like. But that'll give us two massive projects. It'll make the cafe sustainable as well, because all of its energy costs will be zero. So that's really special. So a lot going on there. And then a conference. So yes, here's some news for you. So I'm going to for those who don't know, I'm on the board of the Conservative Councillors Association. So I got appointed to that in the summer. And that's why sometimes I disappear, because it means it takes me to different parts of the country, and I'll be doing quite a lot of that work just to support Conservative councillors around the north of England with their journeys, and to encourage them to do the things that I do. Work with the community, deliver your projects, improve where you live, and make wherever that is really special. So I've been doing a lot of work there. It means I have board meetings that I attend, and I support them with that. But it means that there's a Conservative Party conference in Manchester coming up. So I'm going to be there. First one I've ever attended, actually. I did go to like a regional one in Blackpool a couple of years ago, which was good. And the idea is basically I push my values and the culture, my positive approach to life, and we get that through into all the different areas of the Conservative Party to make it a vehicle that's good enough to do what it needs to do to support this country being amazing, and that's very much my politics. What is it we can do to make where we live, all of us, brilliant? And it's partnership with the state that allows us to do that. Keep taxes as low as you can, allow people to get jobs, be creative, energetic, and successful, and try and create energy, really positive energy, and do the right thing for Britain. That's roughly my politics at the national level. So that's roughly where I am. So we've got that coming up on the weekend. I'm going there 3 days, but I'm actually presenting a couple of things as well. Just small things, but so I'm looking forward to that. I've got this television interview on Saturday. Sorry, Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. So do watch that, and that'll be really entertaining. I've got loads of things I want to discuss. So obviously, it depends on what questions I get, but I'm looking forward to that. So do watch that. Let me know your thoughts. But that's roughly what's been going on in the last week. Loads of things, if I'm honest. I'm also supporting the guys with Norbrecht projects, Bisburn projects, and also the group with Stanley, Waterloo, Squiersgate, and Highfield, so and Walbrecht. So loads of other wards that I'm supporting, as well as all the anchor zone stuff. So I'm literally, my time is so like squeezed all the time. So, but I am going to do a couple of updates tomorrow. I'm going to try and do one for you from Cavendish, because there's a massive project underway to rebuild that park at the moment. And I generally, as you know, love park redevelopment. Get that right, you make people's lives happier. So that, in a nutshell, is my last 7 days and the next few days coming up. It has been amazing. I am enjoying myself immensely. It's probably the most fun I've ever had. Life is incredible. I love sharing it with you guys. Yeah, it's just full on really. It's like, right, let's crack on. Let's on to the next project. Do. And that's roughly where I am. I'm surrounded by some amazing people who allow me to do that. It does mean I've sort of scaled different things back just to find time to balance it all out. But overall, everyone's going to get the best of me. It's just they may see a little bit less of me in the process as I do it. But it means I can cover all these different things and support Blackpool, support the people who live here, and also yourselves who live further away with different things. And so that's roughly my news. I put some links in below for you, and but thank you so much. I see the subscriber count keeps going up, and I'm just in awe of that. I'm like, wow, it makes me laugh because another 50 odd subscribers, and we'll have more subscribers than Blackpool Council, and that's just hilarious. That will make me laugh because I do, as you know, have some the odd fallout with them in terms of things that they do. So that'll be quite entertaining. So big shout out from me to you, and just say a huge thank you. And I'll update you over the next couple of days with different projects. Conference might be difficult because I'm going to be really busy there, and I'm not sure how much I can film, but I'll try and get something together for when I come back, and I can update you on that. Yeah, so from now, just take care, everyone. Thank you for being awesome, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye, everyone.